Welcome to the Angel Empowerment Healing Show with your hosts, Cindy Smith and Sam Bell. Join them every week as they share powerful tools, advice, and angel messages that will empower you to own your wellness. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Angel Empowerment Healing Show with myself, Cindy Smith.
And with me, Sam Bell. And if you caught our episode last week, we discussed shielding with two of our founding members, Jacquie Griffiths and Deb Weinberger. And I asked Jacquie and put her on the spot to see if she would like to come back. And thankfully, she said yes. So Jacquie, welcome again to the Angel Empowerment Healing Show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
One of the things that we didn't get into as much around the protection part of it, Jacquie, but we talked about our shield protecting us and filtering, being the filter system. We talk about the white light as protection. And, we use that to protect our home, our vehicles, any material objects. When I'm traveling, I put the white bubble of protection all around the vehicle. There's all kinds of things that we just automatically do that we take it for granted. And so, Jacquie, when you think protection, what comes to mind for you?
Well, I think just making sure that my environment is protected, that I'm protected, especially when I'm working with a client for the Angel Empowerment Healing. I want to make sure that the environment that we're in is protected. So that can be using crystals. It can be using essential oils. There's lots of different methods and avenues that you can use. And you'll be guided, certainly during the Angel Empowerment Healing. I'm always guided by Archangel Raphael, to a certain crystal or to a certain practice.
So, Jacquie, you mentioned crystals. And as soon as you said crystals, I went, ooh, can you maybe tell us a little bit more about how you use crystals? I mean, in your sessions, in your environment at home?
Well, at home, I use black tourmaline in each corner of the house, and just to protect and keep it cleansed. I use so many that I would say the key ones that I use for healing would be preonite, and that is a beautiful stone that Raphael will have you work with. And I use kyanite a lot, which especially around computer, and I even wear a kyanite quite a bit as well, as a form of protection. So there's lots of avenues that you can use. If I'm doing a crystal layout, you ensure that you have the grounding stones there, which is usually the lodestone or tourmaline, and then I'll be guided throughout the crystal healing session to use certain crystals not only on the body but around the body. So either for protection or to enhance. Because clear quartz is the ultimate for most of the things that you want to use, right?
The one thing that I love about clear quartz is it's considered like white light.
Yeah.
And clear quartz has the ability that you set intention with it and it holds it. That's one of the reasons. The other one that I like for white light protection is Herkimer diamond. But it really depends. Herkimer diamond can get really pricey. And so for our listeners, please know that if you have any type of clear quartz, anything that's white, like apophyllite, my mind's just, come on, help me. There's apophyllite, there's scolecite, there's, what other white ones?
Well, I use selenite a lot for clearing,
Right.
like, doing the crystal energy work or angel empowerment healing. I will clear the aura using the selenite wand.
Yes, yes. Thank you, because I get in flashes of white. So, as we talked in our last episode, we talked about white light of protection. And one of the reasons that years ago that the angels guided me to learn more about crystals, I send a shout out to Maggie, who had her store in Powell River, BC, that I first was introduced to crystals. And when I started doing my angel work, and one of the reasons that the angels love working with crystals is because the crystals are material form. They're from Mother Earth, and they hold the vibration of the angels. And so when Jackie referred to prehnite being an amazing healer, is Archangel Raphael loves that stone, and all we have to do as individuals or healers is infuse Raphael into the stone. So for white light protection, you've got a clear quartz crystal or herkimer or selenite or scolecite or apophyllite, any of those white stones, you infuse Michael for protection. And the stone is always doing the work for us. And how does Michael want to say this? The angels are unable to override our free will because that is a given. We are always having to ask. But if we are tuning up the crystals to do the work with the infusing of an archangel for a specific intention, then it's just going to hold that energy. There is no free will with the crystal. It has been in tune. So it is always working without us having to ask. And that's one of the key reasons I love crystals. If I infuse something into that crystal, it continues to hold it. But for like when we talked about shields last episode, I never mentioned for listeners that shields dissipate. And we have to ask every 12 hours to have a new shield. Well, with the crystals, we never have to ask once we've already set the intention. It holds and it holds and it holds. So I love that we work with the archangels and the crystals together. For you, Sam, what's some of your go-to for protection and your daily routine?
So I always have my selenite with me. And I also use my petrified wood a lot to ground myself, to make me feel calm. If I can feel myself starting to get a little bit, affected. And, in the last episode, we were talking about getting irritable, and we realized that, we're letting energy in to our shield. So I will just grab a hold of my selenite or my prehnite and just ground myself and take some breaths. I have so many crystals that I love and I use. Prehnite, of course, is one of my big favorites. Scolecite is another one. And then the other one that you've got me onto, Cindy, is the white jade. When you were talking about the white crystals, I was thinking, she's going to mention white jade, but you didn't.
Diana, I forgot. That's one of my new ones.
Mm-hmm.
I get, for me, it's a white jade is fun. It lifts my vibe. Do you have any white jade, Jackie?
I purchased an angel at Angel Day. I haven't worked with it on a one-to-one basis since I got home, but I'm planning to. Yes, I did. And it has a gentle energy, I find.
Yeah.
So Jackie, you said working one-on-one with your crystals. Can you explain that a little bit more? Do you mind?
I can try.
Mm-hmm.
I collect fluorite, and I collect obviously clear quartz. And depending where I'm going, what I'm doing, I can just visually look over where I have them. And a crystal will say, okay, me today. take me with you today. And I'll find, maybe, well, why do I need this crystal? Because it deals with healing, or this deals with this. But throughout the day, it always shows up to be the perfect crystal to come with me, and assist me in keeping the day positive and safe in some instances.
I love that. So my brother has just started his crystal journey, and I sent him an egg box full of them last week, and he's having so much fun. And he was asking, well, why do we get this connection to the stones? And I always talk about, kids we've said before, they don't have any filters, right? They feel that energy. And how many times do our little ones, or even us when we were little, find a pebble on the beach, and we have this relationship with them? They are there and they're comforting us and supporting us, and then you lose it, and it's there, on the riverbed with all the other stones. And as a mom, you're like, well, is it this one? The kid will say, nope, not that one, because it doesn't feel the same. And I mean, it's true, isn't it? You can actually feel that energy from a stone, but obviously a crystal as well.
Dan, I don't know if you could hear me laugh, but I'm sorry. I had to laugh when you said finding the rock. I've just moved. I'm combining two houses together. The back of my car is full of rocks. It's like they're my inside rocks, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put them in the house right now. But and I've collected them from all over. You just walk in, and it will say, "Pick me, take me home. I love you."
Oh, yes, we are. Yes, crystals and that attraction of vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin, who I call Jennifer Mueller, who I call the crystal expert, also, I will say, what? I'll see a crystal and I'll say, I've never seen this before. And she said, yes, you have, Cindy. You just weren't ready for it. It's about where our vibration at and what we need at different times. And I'll go through that whole where I'm attracted to spheres, and I go and buy spheres, or then it's shapes, or then it's rough. So we go through different types and times depending on where our vibration is at. So Michael he's getting me to back up just a little bit, because I never shared this on our last podcast about shielding. You know how I've mentioned it every 12 hours. Well, several years ago, I only put my shield up during the day. I was doing the 12 hours. I'd do it in the morning. I put up my rainbow shield, and then I would go to bed, and I always would surround my home with white, well, I still do, white light and protection, right? Ask for the vehicle, but I never shielded myself. And there was a scenario that there was somebody out there in the world that was unhappy with me. That's all I'm going to say. And I woke up one night and I'd had a nightmare. And for my listeners, if I have a nightmare, that means my higher self and my unconscious mind are wanting to let me know something. So if I wake up from a bad dream, I say this. I'll say this to Michael. What am I missing in my waking state that you had to get my attention in my dream state? And I heard right then, as I woke up from that nightmare, is that negative energy was coming in while I was sleeping. And he showed me the person that was unhappy, and whether the person was doing it on a conscious level or an unconscious level, that person was actually affecting me while I slept, and my angel team wanted it to stop. They can't stop people from sending, but they can stop it from affecting us. And so from that moment on, he just said, do your shield, and we will block any energy coming through while you sleep. And I never forget my rainbow shield. So think of that team as they are filtering. I always say this, Raphael, your angels, your guardian angels, Archangel Michael, they know you better than you know yourself. And they know what's affecting you. the more that we understand it consciously, it's easier for us to ask and stop it. And so for our listeners, if you know energetically you're being affected somehow, ask Archangel Raphael and Michael to assist you to figure it out. Or reach out to Sam and I on the Angel Empowerment Healing website or our founding members. And then maybe we need to do a community meeting around being affected by energy, Sam. It's something we could easily do and welcome people in so that they can ask us direct questions. I think that's something that we could host. Don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, I'm still here.
Yes, no, I know. So it's been brought up is we can ask, we know that when we ask for protection, it's happening. We've got the crystals that hold that energy for us without us even having to think about it, because there's no free will for them to ask. It's a given. And so I love how Jackie's also shared that she communicates with her crystals. It's like it's talking to them like we talk with the angels. And I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there that know you get vibration and messages from your crystals if you're a crystal person. So
I remember Ben. That has just brought a memory back to me. When he was little, he named one of his stones. I still have it here. And he actually put a little label on it with the name of the pebble that he just found on the beach. And it was his little friend. But it obviously meant something to him. But yeah, I need to find that because I'm pretty sure I've got it. And he's 24 now.
It's all the quantum physics, right, Sam?
Oh, it's all the quantum physics. Absolutely. Well, Jackie, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your insight. Jackie is one of our founding members, and you can find her details on the angelempowermenthealing.com website. Thank you so much again, Jackie. You're so wise, and we love having you on this show.
Thank you so much.
So thank you, listeners. Let's
pull a card for next week.
For next week. I happen to have the deck right here. Raphael, what would you like our theme to be for the next episode? Divine timing.
Oh.
So let's do I'm hearing divine timing and healing. Let's talk about the combination of divine timing and healing.
Okay.
Okay, because our listeners, we know that sometimes we get frustrated with divine timing, and especially when it comes to healing our emotional, physical, spiritual body. So, divine timing next episode, Sam.
Oh,
so
okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you, everyone. And remember, go to our website, angelempowermenthealing.com. Join the community and all kinds of meditations and free gifts for you. We thank you for following us and listening to the podcast. So bye for now. My name is Cindy Smith.
And this is Sam Bell. Tune in next week. Bye.
And thank you, Jackie.
Thank you for joining us on the Angel Empowerment Healing Show. Your hosts, Cindy Smith and Sam Bell, will be back next week with more tools, advice, and angel messages to empower you to own your wellness. Visit our podcast page at www.angelempowermenthealing.com/podcast, where you will receive 3 healing meditations recorded as a thank you for being one of our listeners.